Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am as sorry, certainly not a baker. Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm.
I take it you missed the mother.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at bait. She was the only thing that could fill the hole. But now she's gone. What am I supposed to do? I
don't know.
Try to remember the good times.
Even in... What a fool I've been. I have to get back there, right?
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort.
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Ah, there. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high.
Master, it's ready.
I durst.
Just look at her steeple peaks. Her false true. My loaves collapse more often than not. And look, inside. Master, I have found my...
Well, if it tastes off as... not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally... I don't know how you did it. Now...
Make a fine gift for your beloved. She'll look at...
Good day to you, Sid.
It's all but spent. The crystals we get from the table. If you ever need a room, Sid, just say the word.
Good to see you, Sid, as always.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being... It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current... Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing.
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Hey!
If we're to sup on sour news,
Are you even listening?
Shields took a hiding hand.
Excuse me. Quinton...
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumour. I'm here most days, right next to the gate. Don't worry. Any shady character...
All right. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the wood.
No, but I've heard something.
Where was that?
In Lorbert's... Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry...
I see. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? Ambrosia won't help me here. Let's go.
Yeah!
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shields. Here.
What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? We give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Why were they here? Are they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin. Good girl. I can walk from here.
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here. I hope it's to your liking. Good day.
Clive.
I found some black shields.
Black shields, though they serve another master now. One who means to... And it would appear the pack has found... Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. And bite...
I'm sorry. Who did the black shield serve now?
Because I want him.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All...
I don't understand. Why him?
I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice, and fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocent. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my...
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted... I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide his response, however. And he faced no pun... I lost everything. My loved ones, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved. So I set about I tracked down every soul who served. But the man himself proved with money and power. And so I saw that I would need an arm. I came here to Lostwing and... Of course. They too, seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord. Our wounds are the same. We know where he hides. How numerous and well-trained his gun. What we did not know until now, however, was that his...
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move again. My friends and comrades...
I'm not going to change his mind.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I trust you, Raptor.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goose has
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
So... and...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold... I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Good old Clive. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Probably best to take it one...
Then you'll need to start with the plating. I've got the design. Show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I have done it, Sid. I have learned all the letters. Every one.
I went up to give some greens to the...
Blackthorn.
Hell with it.
It's the mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then.
She said you would know.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, and I'll need... Get Gavinotto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, still. If that's what it takes to get...
And,
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. That means an alloy. Which is where you lot come in. I need... Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out... As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have...
Well, one of us should probably give you an anchor.
And the other can go and get...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this up...
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Cap's good in the fight. You don't have my winning, but...
You going after the... Which one of these two...
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. There's the black sand that washes up on its...
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? I'll go and scout the place out.
All right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the...
You two, eh?
Fleece me.
Sounds like this river we're looking for is south of the Dalamil Inn. I'll hire us a wagon and meet you there.
I'll get us a good price. Is that one you want to worry?
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
Yeah!
Thanks, Gal. Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get.
Then let's get bagging.
We shall.
Ready, go? So this is Stardust. It just looked like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what...
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to begin.
We should go out on... Your beats sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this... It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better...
Give us a shout if you...
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Is that all?
I suppose not.
Did I mention there'd be deadly beasts? There'll be deadly beasts. Nothing a trained assassin can't handle, though.
How reassuring.
You're welcome. For that and the shortcut. Maybe they're friendly like Torgal. Or maybe they're not.
That's enough.
We still have a way to go.
Let's try and stay out of its path.
Remember when I said there'd be deadly beasts? Well, the shrubs in these parts are much better.
And you only think to mention this now.
Sorted. I'll take it from here. Mind your head.
Wyvern.
I can see that. Doesn't have to be a friend of yours, does it? Must be a nest nearby. Keep your eyes open. Well, it appears we won't be going this way. I'll admit I hadn't counted on that.
What is it, boy? At least one of us knows these woods. Thank you, Torgal.
Well, they look not too happy. And for once, it's not my fault. This is stupid. I like wolves.
I don't think they care, Sid. Stay down!
We did what had to be done.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No. No, it doesn't. This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcut.
Still short, just not quite as quick. But it'll be a damn sight quicker if you help me.
My thoughts exactly. That's better. Not this time.
Got the up. Where he stops, no one knows. I doubt he'll do that again.
Not if we kill him first. Not this time. Too slow.
Clive, what exactly do you plan on doing when you find this dominant of fire?
What do you think? I'll show him the mercy he showed my brother, and cut out the tongue of any man who tries to talk me out of it.
All right. Forest dark enough with it.
Excellent. Another fight. It's over. That's enough. This might take a while. Stay down! Wake winds!
See that river? We follow her upstream and we'll be in Lost Wing in no time.
In no time. Right. No holding back. It's over. Lend me your strength.
At least they're not giant lizards. behind you!
Truth is sealed. Not this time. Wait!
editors started reading books that don't have any pictures.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that
Excellent.
So,
The helm for this will be repurposed.
salvage from the ruins. What?
Ah, but we don't.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Talk to her back there. You know, thingy. She'll tell you.
Oh, Sid.
Yes.
I'll show you. Here you see the mithril engine. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the... Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone, in other words, the reactor would... This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can and not only that, they're also waterproof. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize.
You can stop there. Mid? Where would I find...
Ah, yes. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the... It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind. If you're ready, we leave at once.
Straight home now.
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruins are just over there.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Too slow. Too slow.
Enough.
The things I do for you.
Sid!
You shouldn't have any...
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you.
All right.
We're seeing troops amass out every...
Ain't so bad stretching your legs once in a while.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
And just...
Right. Right.
How's that?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop. But those things, which is why you need a prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. I need something light.
Well, if I were in need of I know whose counsel I would seek.
Terms? Yeah, I've got all the details written. Can you take this to him?
Right away.
Think Mid might need some help.
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. All yours. All done?
Our pocket for you. Well, actually, could you take a look?
Shielding?
Well, she has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be open yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, as you can imagine. I wondered if you might know of a solution. Or...
perhaps. It is not a...
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. It's blighted waters, and yet we have made a home...
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. An obelisk I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their...
So if we could...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection. I shall speak to them, and if you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredient, the knowledge of the past...
Thank you, Hop. And since you're asking others to help...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus. I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
So, who will accompany...
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing...
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this looks like the ingredients for someone's supper?
Though these items may seem mundane, so much so, in fact, that they were harvested now, of course. They can be obtained with...
Well, I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon.
All right.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Harpocrates and I'll look after things here. You head over to Northreach.
Now, where's Talia?
Do you see anything you like? I'll be here if you need me.
Need to stock up on these.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and there you... We shouldn't have any problems finding one. But if time is of...
All right.
Let's see now. Why don't you meet me by the gate when you've got them?
Buy, sell, or be gone. mind.
There's two. How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here.
That should do it. Hopefully Ty is finished too.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them. Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin.
Well, did you...
I did.
Garlic and pepion. We should get this back to Tom. But... Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us. Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Ah, better late than never.
We're ready to begin whenever you are.
Welcome home. He had a successful trip.
How's work on the shielding?
Well, I was just explaining to Taya how we might... And now that we have all...
You can count on me. I've mixed more...
What about the shielding?
Work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be ready.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the...
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk.
It appears our work... A shame. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, followed by perhaps someone ought to...
Leave it to... Thank you. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Hugo Kupka's dead.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
Before you ask, the answer's no. You can't daub yourself in moondew to protect yourself against fire. I had the same idea. Even did some tests. And trust me, you don't want that stuff anywhere near your skin.
Sorry to keep... But you'll be pleased to know that what...
You found something for...
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a sub... He's supervising the construction and testing.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start to the black.
You know, when I got into this, I thought I'd be making swords and shields.
Displacements.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it... Let's take this out, Mid. You get all the parts...
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest salmon you can find.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling...
Thank you. That's one down and just...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines. And...
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva...
Good luck to... Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in? What's the matter?
Nothing. Just thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over there, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap... That's what she was meant to be, you see. But now she's so close to being finished. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat. I want people to sail aboard in a world where we're not just trying to survive.
I'm working on... and I'll do everything I can.
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sod our plans, I'm trusting in your...
Are you sure about...
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of
you.
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I...
All right.
Aye,
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything. No excuses.
Not quite. She said there was one...
She said that?
She.
Clive, were you born yesterday, or she'll probably be halfway?
Mid.
Is that the thing Tomes held?
Obolus.
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh. But anyway, I got a urgent by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I...
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention...
What tidings? Trouble in Canva. Well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty...
Well, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, just like when we built this place. Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High House.
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can count. Just be sure to give Sid and the others more.
Oh, by the way, Jill'll be... She's got some things to take.
I hope she's telling the truth. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the Lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you. But we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass, and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things, and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad!
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Wish I could take one of our birds.
Sid, reckon you...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this lovely bit of kit, it is. Bunging the solution problem is, it won't always get... Which is why I've been looking for something to...
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too.
Prop!
So what exactly...
Nothing but bomb ash. Gave me a sample she'd obtained. You pour the blackest blight water through it. So, and do you know what I found out?
I take it.
I would have gone myself, but, well...
All right.
Thank you.
Let me know if you find any books worth reading. Clive! Here you go. Always something in there.
Meg told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes held?
I don't know where Sid gets the energy. He cracked the crystal too.
Hopefully it's nothing. What could be wrong with Torgor? Trouble with the ledgers. Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take. I just wanted to... And you might still be doubting your craft. Perhaps sharing a thought?
That bastard still. He's got a keen... He's just... well...
And that was?
A sword. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck, you could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like...
So that's what's trouble.
No. Not troubling.
And if you knew how we could arm the curse break...
That's about a sword.
I'll see what I can... Sharper swords are all... And we can't have our Master Black...
You're a soft, but I can't say I'm not great.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen...
few more things to pack before I leave. I'll meet yous down in Buckland.
I got your note. You think something's...
So you can read. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from malt. Didn't like him. Which you've not been working it.
No harder than you? Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with what...
I suppose things happen. Perhaps Hippocrates knows.
Instead of everything.
You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after...
I suppose I am, yes.
Little wondrous. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do, which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people it? Suppose you're not likely to. Fine. If you stop... Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of... Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh.
I appreciate... Lawsman.
He isn't ill.
I don't think so. But she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and...
I rather think she might be. All canids are instinctively inclined, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. If we assume that his newfound magic's it may well be that the Bones Lady frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals. As to where one might find a suitable substitute,
I don't recall ever...
And little wonder. The oldest and the last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place...
Even so.
Good hunting.
We need to find a way into Drake's tail. And we will. Together, this time.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Ned told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto. A little. Listen. And eat. Sadly, that square, I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help.
Be late.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of you get Clive to come to you, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha.
We owe 3 of our most...
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well,
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our... Besides, we'll need to learn to...
All right. But is there anything I could...
There might... How'd you fancy taking...
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth a little something, Sid nice, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies.
I'm sure they...
But you know how it is with this place.
I know.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Mark?
because...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The St. Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Crystal is gone. What are we gonna do?
Listen.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life.
It could have just been a tremor.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere.
My reputation will be ruined. Calm yourself, Lord Ignat.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms, so... Please, his lordship is going through a difficult time. Radim! Very good. Would you mind?
I'm sorry if I've...
That? No. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thief...
I don't suppose a certain blade was among them. A single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's...
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw the...
I did not, no. Though some discreet... Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is set...
And that's where I'm headed.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your...
That will be very...
Farewell.
Come on. Time to fight.
Got company!
Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignite. Nothing seems to... All right.
I hear I have you. What shall I call you?
Wyvern.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be... Redeem here tells me you wished for an orc.
A few moments of your time.
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering...
Oh, Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim. It was made in the outer and is used exclusively by... They believe no combat should ever... Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke. There's a...
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use whetstones, rather. A whole array of them ranging from the... But it is the final stone, a mineral, quite foreign. And that... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture... Take this, the very stone of which I spoke, and a far.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter I am one step ahead of the answer.
There are many other...
Too many to count, but only one, and is a perennial... Farewell, Wyvern, may our... Radim! We mustn't...
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Clive!
I wasn't but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you were...
A star route is worth at least twice what you owe me. More...
Think of the differences in...
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one... Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about a bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts?
Something like that.
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, and when Sid passed away, we were all worried.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. I reckon what he saw in... And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Suppose now I have to find someone who can actually afford a star ruby.
Ready, go? Holding back. It's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Farewell. Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Look at this place.
Come, you'll not find a bruised...
All anyone ever wants.
Citizens are free to come and go as they please.
Did you hear?
The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Milady.
Giff. Oh, my.
Otto asked me to settle the hideaways and to...
I thought you might tell Otto he can keep his baubles. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made...
You once told me, Sid, did you? I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of...
Otto is lucky. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered, if he's still with us.
Give my regards to Otto, and tell him I do so miss his visits.
Time was there were great coin sacks swinging from every belt in town. Not anymore. Since the capital moved, they're all shriveled to the size of peas.
I noticed you. So, that'll teach me for treat. All right, now we know what you're after.
Speaking of which, I brought one.
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to... Sorry for that. Hopefully
you learned something about...
I did better.
A whetstone?
Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get one hit, and it might not be so bad if all you... Good luck on the battlefield.
Even so, is that...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. And no point trying to copy that. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this... And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel. I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse break just...
I've been working day and night since I was half your age. Hey, I owe you one. August 2. It's good to know.
You'll be happy to.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade. You come and find me when you've got...
Right.
What do you need? So, what'll it be? And how am I meant to do that then? That it? Fine.
And what can I do for you? I don't know many fleshers who deal in cuts, Asa. Go on, then. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Clive? Not saying Fordian, do you? Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do. And?
Is it business or pleasure? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Is that all? And what can I do for you? You got out else? And be thankful you got that much.
Ah, were you able?
We were indeed, Lawsman.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
Ah. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's...
About how she's...
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion. The Fenrir of legend served Shiva, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply...
What do you suggest?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown, as that one can but speculate as to how...
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accept...
Ah, but she was just too... She threw it right back in my face, in fact. And told me...
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't so.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised all done?
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia. No need to ride from here. Come on. I can walk from here. What we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. Lady Catgoat tells me you... Would you prefer the debt?
What debt? I may have tossed it, but those were donations.
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper.
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might not. A canny one, meanwhile, might be might be you even know her. If you wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up delivering... Thanks to this, I sometimes wonder what.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you?
I've seen that.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either at...
I knew so little about...
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him. How long did you know Sid?
Before he died. Back in the day. I was a purser. He bought passage to... I forget. We set up drinking Island rum until the quit my post not long after that. But me and Sid stayed close. Promise it. There was... The magic woke inside my son soon after his first, and there was no hiding.
Couldn't you and your
My family wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on, and I couldn't for the life of me. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried, him who swore he'd do it. And he was true to his word, too. Left the rock, threw away everything he had. I knew then I'd follow them. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know. This place would be fucked without you. I love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the...
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it. You're a jet right then. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said.
Very impressed.
Says the man who cut down...
There's no need.
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours?
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run and thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag...
Well...
That's the spirit! Well...
It's certainly...
Right?
Thank you.
No. In fact, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavours. And I'm telling you...
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think? Be safe.
We'd be lucky to make it out alive.
Really?
Oh, aye.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding him.
How does a merchant...
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone.
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but...
You, however, chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you...
Well, if I'm going...
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad...
We're lucky you came up now. Hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad. I reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you...
All right. Just...
No. You can leave it. You just put an end to those bandits and...
Good girl. I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot.
We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
All right!
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? this out of it.
Seems we've found our...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single...
And how exactly will
You leave that to us. After all,
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
there's no need to be so rude. What if we want his help?
Come on.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side. Thanks, girl. Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greager, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrek, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast. Faster!
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. Ready, girl? Fly, Ambrosia.
They've closed the road to Randalar.
If the siege breaks, they'll need more than this to stop the Imperial legions marching on the capital.
Oh, I'm done for. If you haven't got a pass, you're not getting through. Please, I'm begging you.
Run like the wind. Ready, go?
We're much further to Baghdad now.
Good. More refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing. Back to the stables, girl.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Hurry, man. I must leave for the Dominion.
Bloody crews and caravans, scooping up all the best custom. Leave some for the rest of us. I hear the brothers found an... Ah, if ever you see a couple of brothers up in Lakeney's...
And why is that?
Because they're duplicitous bastards who make cap. What they do is befriend a passing merchant. The merchant dead and his murderers busy bickering over the poor bastard's wares. The brothers set to sweet talking now. The brave soul charges into the footpad's den thinking he's doing the realm of...
Yeah, you'd think they'd run out of...
So close to Bogclad.
Anyway, if you run into them, you...
Thanks for the...
Drake's fangs fallen, would you believe it?
I wish to engage the Crimson Caravan services. Where's the proprietress?
She's otherwise engaged at present, my lord. Come back later.
Porter for hire.
What do you think, girl?
This is everything.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Well met. A fine choice.
You've a discerning eye. Farewell.
Out of my sight, wretch!
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in... How much? For a measly crust of bread? You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. Though you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Gooch, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
I'll take the large one.
Excellent.
Did you hear about the Empire's Black Shields? Apparently they've been going around Imperial hats.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be different.
Go and bother someone else, will you? I've got my trader's pass and I'll be leaving as soon as I'm able. If I stay here much longer, I'll end up no better off than those poor...
Remember when half the people coming through here... Let us through!
Have you got a trader's pass?
No.
Oh, good.
Clive,
Slow down, good.
we cannot ride the caravan without it.
Do you...
It was in me pocket here.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this...
I know where. No one knows more about what...
Where do we find...
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way.
No time like the present.
You two go. I'm gonna check the rest of me.
All right.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
Stops next to the checkpoint.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El! He's me mate!
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes, and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots's pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihood. Will you stand with... You want to get... And we want to catch whoever's behind it all. And two...
Is there any other...
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. But the guards will definitely spot you if you...
So either we find the people who took the...
All right.
Thank you. But I don't...
Clive.
A pleasure doing... The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
Out of my sight, wretch!
Jug of snake spit for the road?
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint. Show them your trader's part.
Are you the furniture?
Looking for some... Eloise Collett.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pig.
For one, that their target's harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving check. Not that they'd be likely to catch them.
Their eyes must have lit.
The fishmonger, round by the gate's been trying to track down the...
Thank you.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion.
Fish for sale! Can I interest you?
She's asked me to help her.
Is that so? For one, this isn't a family operation. Or the trade street urchins, by the sound of it.
Orphans from the...
A few, perhaps. They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond.
A shame.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved.
It's worth it.
All right, then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
Come, taste my peaches! They're sweet as nectar!
Excuse me.
Cons.
I was just wondering if anyone...
Anything you grown-ups ever are. So guess what I'm up?
Sorry.
Oh, just leave me alone.
I'll take the large one.
Free cities! All but unfree!
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
I picked a hole in my pocket once. Was that bad too?
Stops next to the check. Showing the trader's bar.
What do you want? It's all right. We're not... We've heard that we need to know who's behind...
I don't know much about it. He said he got a job.
Sounds...
We need to find...
Do you know where you're...
He's usually by...
Thank you.
He'll probably be by the tents.
Come on, come on!
Peaches and pears.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Daddy. That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit! We're in trouble now!
What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter! Where are you going?
So that was how Jill, you...
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do. Did you see a boy run past?
There was a boy ran back there.
Thank you.
Oh, shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for... Who are they?
Called themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hunter.
You found him, then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister? Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hansa's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Oh, where is it?
I'm sorry.
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones, and we crush them. You get your trader's pass back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then. Hansa, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Lateney's Cleft.
To Lateney's Cleft, then?
Lateney's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
You can...
It looked like they were about to turn into Lateney's Cleft before they spotted me.
No, you better not have scared anyone.
That's that then.
Daddy.
Come on. Run like the wind.
That's the one who's been sticking his nose in our business.
You should have minded your own.
I doubt these were the ringleaders. But at least we know we're on the right track. Ready, go?
We got company! That's a lot.
fewer now.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Not a bad haul today, eh?
Aye. Some of us,
Especially the little ones.
it will be a shame when they chop them off.
Scum.
The leaders of the...
They don't deserve it.
I wasn't planning on showing.
We're ready when you...
Oh, I'm...
Fuck! That guard from Blockland! Kill him! Kill them all!
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. And traders' passes. Dozens of them.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. No, now I just need to sort through it all and return.
We should go and give Eloise the good news.
Of course. Oh, and
We'll be glad. Come on.
Faster!
That'll do, girl.
There are no crystals here.